and Mike bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi there, guys. Welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. My name's Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is what we do. Every couple of weeks we come here, get a chance to hang out with some of you diehard our Wyoming lifers, and talk about what we've got going on in the ranch, what's happened in the past couple of weeks, and of course what we've got going on in the future. It's been a pretty busy time around here.
It's freezing up here.
And it's cold up here. But no, it's been super busy on the ranch. We're coming off on the towards the end of summer. It's hard to believe already that summer is already starting to wind down, and it won't be too much longer until and it keeps on getting dark earlier. That's my sunset alarm. If you've been watching live streams for a while, you've probably heard that over the last couple of weeks. It's getting dark earlier. It's not too much longer. Frost is on the way. Our first frost is normally due in September, but I think
it's not on the way.
It's not going to happen in September. It's actually it's pushed back, right?
It's not on the way. What are you talking about?
Eventually, everything's on the way, right? Like, when are we supposed to get our first frost?
Average.
Right.
Last frost day is September 20th.
Okay, what is today?
The 18th.
Exactly. So our average frost date is on the way in 2 days.
Okay.
But they change. It's like it's not going to happen. It's been unseasonably warm.
I don't know that it's it's been like this a lot the last few years. We've had nicer falls.
I don't remember it being 100 degrees in September.
Do you not remember Ranch Roundup?
Not really, no. It was a long time ago.
And it's not 100 degrees. Tomorrow's only going to be 85.
Okay, that's 85.
But yeah, there's no frost in the 10-day.
No, in fact, I think Carrie was saying that we weren't looking at frost until like middle of October.
Yeah, I mean, but you know how the forecast isn't good the next day. Like, how much are we trusting it till the middle of October?
I would trust William farther than I would trust probably most actual forecasts.
There's no frost in the 14-day.
Does anybody believe in the Farmer's Almanac?
Well, a lot of people do.
Well, there's two of them, right? There's two different versions.
Sure.
And like,
I don't know.
I always hear that each one is completely different from the other one. Is your microphone on?
Should be.
Somebody said they can't hear you very well.
Oh, now it's not because you broke it.
Let's see what we got going on here. We can turn you up. Well, no, you're turned up pretty dang high.
I'm trying to find the super long forecast. I don't know.
Interesting.
Are the batteries dead?
No, they're not dead. I don't think. Here, let me turn off mine for a second. Okay, now you say something.
Can you guys hear me?
I hope so.
Nobody's saying anything.
Okay, cool. All right. I think everything. No, there's the Farmer's Almanacs, and everybody always, not everybody, but there's a lot of people that just think that they're, written in stone. But I don't know if I've ever had a Farmer's Almanac that was right.
Well, it's not, we don't also follow, that's a very broad statement to say, because we look at a Farmer's Almanac like in the fall and we're like, that seems stupid, and then you never look at it again.
That's very true.
So
that's very true.
I don't feel like you're a great judge of
Okay.
how accurate the Farmer's Almanac is.
I do. I buy it, and then I look at it once, and I'm like, you know what? I just wasted $8 or whatever that thing costs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. It's I don't know. You think it's a gimmick?
No. I think it follows patterns, and I think our weather is very much based upon a pattern, that we have dry periods, we have wet periods. We haven't, like this year they're saying cold and snowy. We haven't had a cold and snowy winter for a long time, so.
That'll be different. And we've had patches of snow and cold.
Yeah.
But like a good, long, hard winter might not be a bad thing.
Well, I could wait till like January so the cows can graze some grass
No
for
kidding,
a while.
yeah.
That would be great.
Our plan this fall is actually to leave the cows grazing as long as possible to conserve the hay that we can.
And that's been the plan the last couple of years.
Right. It hasn't always worked that way, though.
No.
Cows end up home, and then it's like, well, they're home, and now they don't want to go back. And
we can make them go back.
You can. You got to fight them, but we'll do it. We'll make it happen. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us today, guys. We really do appreciate it. We have So we're going to talk about what we've had going on here lately, but I do see a few new names here, and if this is your first time here, be sure to say hi to everybody. We're a pretty tight-knit family. The guys that you see in blue with the little wrenches next to their name, those are our moderators. They're here to help us out, not only keep us all in line, but also if you have a question or anything like that, feel free to throw it up. If we don't see it, a lot of times moderators can put it back up and we'll be able to catch it there as well. We're going to try to answer questions as we go along with telling some of our own stories and what we've got going on. So hunting season is coming up, Henry. October 1st is the first day of antelope season here on the ranch and in our area. Is it entire state October 1st? I don't know how that works. But anyway.
I literally don't care.
But anyway.
I live here.
Yeah. Lincoln and I just went back and checked cows here not too long ago, right before live streaming. And we were driving back, and Lincoln's pointing out antelope. He said, "There's an antelope over there, and there's one over there, and there's one over there." And he said, "Are the hunters coming soon?" And I said, "Yeah, it's not going to be too long. We've got about a week or so, and then they're gonna be here getting ready to go." And he said, "Is Bob coming?" And I said, "Yep." And he said, "Cool." He said, "Can Bob be our hunter forever?" Well, we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, the hunters on the ranch are definitely a part of our family as well. So we welcome them the 1st of October. They will be here. And hopefully we'll be able to make some videos with them and see what we got going on this year for hunting seasons. So another question from William, who did the paintings behind you guys.
It took me a second to figure out because it says planting. So I was like, nobody plants anything here.
The paintings actually done by Grace and Mackenzie. They had a chance to learn how to, what is it called? Pours? I don't know what it's called. Is it?
Yeah, it's acrylic pour.
Acrylic pour there. Thank you very much. So they had a chance to learn how to do that, and that's their first effort at getting her done. So
they did great.
Came out really good. I honestly, I don't know if it's like a, nighttime thing. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just.
What do you mean?
Okay, so like people look at a painting of like 3 dots in a square and they say, that says to me, that inspires me to go out and do something or whatever. People see stuff in paintings. I see colors and lines.
I don't think they're supposed to see anything.
No, I bet you if you asked the kids what these paintings were about, they would be able to tell you.
Maybe.
Kenzie would be like, "That's what happens to a snowman in September, and he's stuck in a toxic wasteland or something." Sure. I don't know. Who knows? But they did a really good job. They did a really good job on it, and I think they did great. So thank you very much for noticing. It's very cool. How many antelope are people allowed to harvest from the ranch each season? I think there is a limit on the number of tags you can get. They get tags through the state, but I think it's like 3, if I remember right. Something like that. Unless there's extra, then they can buy leftover tags, and there's a whole bunch of other things that they can, well, I guess that's pretty much it. They can buy leftover tags if there are leftover tags, usually not. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I literally don't care.
You're so nice. You can't even like fake interest. You're just like, I don't even care.
It does not apply to me. So, you deal with all that. Depends what their budget is.
Exactly, yeah. They want to keep going. So. Anyway, tell us about your weekend. I want to hear. Like this weekend here. This last week on the ranch has actually been pretty crazy. Yeah. Getting ready for an event, kind of your big event of the year for the Edible Prairie Project.
Yeah, we had our big in-person fundraiser, and it was on Saturday at the Barlow Ranch here in Campbell County, and it was great. It went really well. And we had a great time. The weather was perfect. Like, could not have asked for a better Wyoming evening.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And yeah, we had a great time. So we, I don't remember how many tickets we sold. High 80s. A lot more than you thought you were going to sell? Yeah. Yeah, like 10 days ago or so, we were at like 30 tickets, and I think we ended up over 90 probably. And then with all of my board members and everything, I think we were probably pretty close to 100 people.
Yeah.
Last night out at the Barlow Ranch, so it was really great. We had good music and good food, and we got to talk a little bit about Edible Prairie Project and what we do and the impact that we have on the county, and yeah, it was a successful fundraiser. So
are you glad it's over with?
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell you were getting a little stressed there towards the end.
No, it's anytime you do a big event for a lot of people,
it's like a wedding.
Yeah,
it's every like throwing a wedding.
Freaking year. I mean, that's what my life is, right? Like, we didn't do Ranch Roundup this year, but like, I run a nonprofit. You do in-person fundraisers. Mm-hmm. So, Yeah, Kelly and Eric Barlow did a ton of the work, which also stressed me out because we usually do all the work and it's usually here. But it was nice to not have to do all the work, but it also stressed me out, especially as our ticket numbers kept climbing. So, and we know that, like, we know people will wait till the last minute to buy tickets. That's just what happens. But yeah.
Yeah, Eric Barlow is one of our state legislators, and he's actually on the board for Edible Prey Project. So him and his wife volunteered to do it at their house, which was a huge relief to us because, like Erin said, we usually do that type of thing here, and you've got, you know, not only the stress of having to do get everything ready, but also it happening on your place and everything else. It was kind of interesting to see Eric out parking cars. You know, he's out there telling people where to park. He did tell me, he said, I think I sold 10 more tickets today. I didn't tell Erin. No,
I did show up, and I think the day before Lexi had sold like 7 more, and then Eric said, well, so and so isn't coming, but then like 6 more people are coming, and there's some maybes, and I was just like, well, great.
Eventually, do you get to a point eventually when you're doing an event like that you just kind of throw your hands up and you're just like, I can't do anything more at this point. Like, whatever happens, happen. If we run out of meatballs, we're out of meatballs. Like,
right.
I mean, you can't go do anything.
No, it is.
Like, there has to be a point where it's all of a sudden like, that's it. I can't do anymore. So now you just have to relax and have a drink, and you're done.
Yeah.
You just get out of the way and it's like, let it happen.
Yeah, Friday, we prepped food Friday, and like we definitely, like, as some of that stuff was coming in, that information was coming to us, it was like, oh, we better do a little bit more. And I think Saturday morning I asked Lexi to go get some more buns because we had made pulled pork. I was like, I think we need a few more buns. But yeah, once, as the crow flies, Eric's place isn't that far from us, probably only 14, 15 miles.
Right.
And if you take dirt road, it's not that far to get there, but like I had to go pick Lexi up, and so we had to go in town, and it's like a 30-minute trip, and it's 30 minutes into town from his place, and so it's just like, yeah, we have what we have.
Yeah, and no cell phone service, no internet.
Well, if you have AT&T cell phone service, Verizon,
it worked
no. So yeah, it was just, there was a point where you say, the more the merrier, and there's nothing else I can do at this point.
it was great fun to hang out and obviously raise money for the Edible Parade Project and help your guys' funding along and new projects for next year and obviously
I don't have
continuing
new projects for next year.
Okay, well, continuing the projects that you're doing now, I don't know what you're doing. So it was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work. I could tell that you were getting pretty stressed towards the end of it, and being able to just kind of be done with it for the night.
And I drank like no water all day, and it was like we get in the car to come home. I was like, whoa, I'm tired and dehydrated.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of fun. Another thing that we've been having fun with is this stuff. This is sriracha. If you haven't heard of it, we encourage you to give it a try. I will say though, please stop sending sriracha to Erin. We have so much sriracha that we don't know what to do with it all. Actually, if you have recipes, send those.
No, I just take it out every day at lunch and just like
you put it on everything. Yeah, you get this. You have a hot dog, put some of this on there. Yeah. So thank you very much. I know you mentioned in one live stream that sriracha was going to be hard.
I think it was a Patreon live stream.
Was it a Patreon
or was it
live stream?
I don't remember.
I really don't remember, but you said that it was going to be it was going to become scarce or something. Like,
well, it's not like I can't find it in town.
Oh, okay.
And we were down to like this much.
Right. And now we have like a case.
We have a little bit, yeah. So like there's 6.
Yeah. Pat Lloyd sent us some.
Pat Lloyd sent.
Rita Henry sent us some.
Pat Lloyd sent 3 bottles. Carrie brought me a bottle from her house because she had an extra one in her pantry.
The Story family sent us some.
I think I got 3 bottles of Texas Pete, which we don't even have any here. There's some on the shelf out there. So I didn't know there was different brands of sriracha. I'd only ever seen. This is like the original sriracha, and these are giant bottles. And there's another one in our fridge, and there's one in the pantry downstairs.
Yeah,
and there's
sriracha everywhere. We have breakfast. We have Fruity Pebbles, and you put a little sriracha on it and spice it up a little bit.
I gave Carrie a bottle of Texas Pete sriracha. I think we have 1 or 2 more out there. Roland sriracha chili sauce, spicy and garlicky. This one says. And then, did you know Tabasco makes sriracha? Because they do. So
it's a little bit of everything.
I don't know how long these are good for. 2024.
Oh, well, we're good for a while.
We better get after it, though.
Yeah, we don't have much time left to get her done.
It takes a long time. June 2024.
Okay.
It takes a long time to get through a bottle.
It does. When you use just like 3 drops on everything, yeah, it definitely takes quite a while.
Yeah.
Nat Hayden asked if there's a donkey story coming up. So if you do watch the webcams online on our website, wyominglife.com, you may have noticed a new donkey in with the goats and Ethel. Obviously, they don't stay there all the time. The donkeys go and stay in the barn, but they do spend the day out with the goats. And we do have a new donkey. He's about a year old, maybe 2 years old. His name is Leonard, but he's not ours. We're just babysitting. So he's just staying for a while to kind of just hang out in the petting zoo and do donkey stuff. And you'll probably see him popping in and out here, but he's definitely he's different. He's a lot different than Ethel. Ethel is a 10-year-old donkey that's made peace with herself and just like, here I go. I'm just going to work my way through life. He's still got a little bit of spirit to him. He still occasionally wants to get up and move, and yeah, he's like he'll hee-haw at you, and it's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, he is a good hee-haw-er.
Yeah.
Hee-haw-er.
I know. So we took them to Erin's event yesterday. We took some of the donkeys, or we took Leonard.
We took Leonard.
And some of the goats. And basically had a little petting zoo there. So I was waiting for him to do his hee-haw thing in the middle of it. I thought for sure he'd do it when you were doing your speech, because Erin got up and did a little, hi, I'm Erin, and this is my deal.
This is my thing.
Yeah, but I thought for sure he would break into it right in the middle of you talking, but he didn't. He kept pretty
He
quiet.
did a lot while we were setting up.
He did, because he wasn't getting paid attention to, I think.
And the
was
goats
problem.
escaped while we were setting up. I was like, oh, good, we got that out of the way.
Yeah, get that out of the way.
Someone's like, are the goats supposed to be on the other side of that fence? Nope, sure not.
That's the wrong side of the fence that we want them on.
But he did hee-haw at the end. And I was inside doing dishes.
Oh, did you hear it though?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course you did. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I did ask if everybody stopped and turned and looked.
They did. Everybody stopped. There was 100 people there. Everybody stopped talking, and they all looked at the donkey. And he was very happy about that. I thought he was going to keep going a little bit longer. He kind of drew it out.
So
it was a pretty long
if
one.
you need 100 people to be quiet, get a donkey.
Not a bad idea. Or at least get a recording of a donkey and just kind of throw it over the loudspeaker or something like that.
Yeah.
That'll definitely get their attention for sure. So
Yeah, he's a good boy. He
very
does
good boy.
chase the goats around some.
He did. He did.
He does.
He does. He still does. But if you watch the webcam, you'll see him out there. He's out there running around all the time, chasing everybody.
Yeah.
Jeff Lee, any update on where you're getting your meat back from the butcher? Yes, if you are a Patreon supporter, we now have
Pork
we
back
have
in
pork
stock.
back. We finished getting that today. So if you are a Patreon supporter, we've got 3 meat packages online right now that include bacon. And you can
Yeah, bacon's back.
Yeah, bacon's back in stock. So we have an all pork package, we have a family pack, and some other package. I can't remember what the other one is. It has bacon in it.
The family pack,
The family pack,
the all pork package.
all pork pack. Those
and
are the 2 I said, and the breakfast package. That's right. So all 3 of those do have the bacon included. So if you've been waiting for bacon for a while, that is your chance. So, Burke Country Adventures, can I donate this to the petting zoo feed fund?
Thank
My
you.
grandkids love it. Yeah, they came and visited, stayed in the Airbnb, and everybody gets a chance to hang out with all the animals. So, from Caden, did you hear about 701X GPS ear tags? I did actually after our last video that we did with the calves where we had the GPS tracker on them. They got a hold of me as well. So yeah, they look pretty interesting. They're little ear tags with a solar panel on them and GPS tracking and all that kind of stuff. I never did get a price on them though.
Yeah,
so
what's the subscription?
I have no idea. I didn't even really check into it. So I haven't emailed them back yet. So
Did they send you an email?
yeah.
Oh, neato.
Yep. So we'll see. So thank you very much, Bart, for the $20 super chat. Appreciate that.
Yes, this is a jackalope.
Yes, that is a rare Wyoming jackalope. It is.
Yeah.
Very rare. Very, very, very rare. So, John Ball Henry's looking at the packages now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bill the Tractor Man here, another one of our moderators showing up, and a $100 super chat there from
you.
Thomas Wilson. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we're all caught up.
Yeah.
So, the the feed grinder. Everybody got a chance to see that. We went to visit Sunny Farms, and that video honestly was like 2 weeks in the making. It took quite a while to get everything done, and it was an hour-long video, and I apologize for that. It could have been broken
Don't
up.
apologize for that.
Well, it was hard for me to. I'm apologizing to myself more than anything. It was a long time to edit that. But anyway, when I got a chance to go hang out with Brian and Cole, Brian actually found that grinder for us at an auction. Of course, we purchased it, and then he went and picked it up for us, took it back to his place, and then a week or two later,
It was a little bit, yeah.
something like that, we managed to find the time to get over there and get it done and get it back over here. Things working great. The issues that we had during the video, we actually got all fixed up. We got a new belt on it. The supplement bin is now working correctly, and we know how to make it work correctly so we don't break it again. Yeah.
And it had the wrong belt on it, right? That was.
I don't know. Honestly, now that I look at it, I'm not sure if it had the wrong belt or not, because the belt that we got was way too short. So we ended up finding a different belt that actually did fit on it. So we might have been looking at the wrong belt in the book. But everything's back up and working, so we're looking forward to making some more feed with it. Yeah, I think it was definitely a good purchase for the ranch. In fact, a lot of the comments from you guys saying, hey, that's something that's going to help us out in the long run. We hope it does. Being able to buy more food in bulk, and then being able to mix our own feed and all that kind of stuff.
Store the food in bulk.
Right.
That's the next kind of big step. So as we can afford bulk storage.
I mean, there is the nice thing, like when you're trying to cash flow stuff like this, and being able to buy a ton of feed at a time, or I understand why people go to Tractor Supply and they have to buy it a bag at a time. Like, it's hard to
and we used to be there.
All that stuff. Yeah,
we used to be there, and switching from bag feed to and we got where we could buy a ton at a time, but then like we had to drive to get it in the bulk bags and stuff, and like it was like 1 or 2 at a time, and now I'm like, man, I wish we could get like 10 at a time, but we don't have anywhere to store them. But still, cash flow and paying for that all at one time,
right,
it can be tricky and stuff, and like we just paid for pork processing, which is very expensive, and it's like, can we get it in the freezer, and can we get it on the website and get it out the door, and like even just to get the payments into our bank and stuff like that, it takes time and stuff, and so it's always a constant, like, not that we don't have the money to pay for things, but it's what's coming in versus what's going out.
Right, and that's when people talk, William asks, what's the next big project on the ranch? The biggest project right now on the ranch is to save money.
Yeah.
And that's
and summertime,
and that is a project.
Yeah, summertime bleeds us dry. Like, it's just always, fixing the chicken house and just summertime expenses and repairs and stuff. Like, it cost us a lot of money over the course of the summertime. And fourth quarter is obviously, like, we're a retail business at the heart of it. And so obviously fourth quarter is always like our highest quarter of the year because we run a retail business, and
that's because of Christmas.
Yeah.
Not just my birthday, but also Christmas.
And so, we hope that we set ourselves up for success to get third quarter's kind of tough. Fourth quarter gets a little better. So
yeah.
And luckily we don't have to buy hay this year.
That's the big lifesaver, I think. We did the RV park this year. That ended up being more of an expense, way more of an expense than we thought it was going to be. I mean, we were talking, I remember when we sat down, we first started budgeting it out like last year, and we were, $10,000, for, the dirt work and being able to, bring in some gravel and boom, 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 we're done. But yeah, by the time we got done, we were, 3 times that amount almost, or actually over that. So that really kind of set the tone for our year, and all of a sudden it was like, oh crap, now we got to figure out how to do the rest of this, without breaking the bank.
Yeah,
I think that's a problem that a lot of people have, that when you're taking stuff to auction, and you're taking calves to auction, that's your guaranteed paycheck. Mm-hmm. So that's going to happen no matter what. For us, like, we've got pork that we just got, bacon and all that kind of stuff sitting down in the freezers, and if people aren't buying it, it's just sitting in the freezers.
Well, we've got all the expenses, like those animals are done and paid for. We own them free and clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the expenses are gone. And
Very nice.
it's the same way when you raise calves and you sell them at auction. Like obviously you spend all year taking care of that cow and then that calf and stuff. Like you put all this money into it, and that's how it works, right? Like you have to pay for that product and produce that product before you can sell it. But that last it was like almost $7,000 to pick them up from being processed and stuff, and it's happy to have them back on the website and ready to go out the door this week. So.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, John Paul Henry. This is your order slip. I'm literally holding it in my hand right now. I hope nobody saw his address there. Don't zoom
Whoa.
in. My bad. Anyway, the family package along with 4 extra pork chops.
Nice.
Great choice.
Oh shoot, I needed to change those. That should be 2 pork chops.
Oh, you get
because they're
extra
a lot
pork
bigger.
chops out
Oh
of
my
it.
God, I have to go fix that right now.
So one of the problems that we had in the past is I always tell this story on the tour that we do.
Oh shoot, I can't use this computer.
You can't. You got to use a different computer. Use Carrie's computer, but I can't tell you the code because everybody would be able to break. Come here, I'll whisper it to you.
They can hear you if you whisper.
Hold on, I'll write it down. I know the password to her computer.
I forgot.
Mostly because I steal and use it all the time.
I forgot to look at the add a little extra.
There you go.
Items.
So anyway, we always talk about on the tour that when we get back to the pigs, and I say, these are our bacon bits, and here are the little pigs, and they're going to stay on the ranch for up to 8 months. And at the end of that 8 months, they're going to weigh somewhere between 250 and 400 pounds. And people are like, what? What's going on with that? And the big thing is in 2020, if you remember right, we had 16 pigs in March of 2020 that were getting ready to go again, or go to freezer camp. And processing got shut down. Our processor, because of COVID, shut down. So that was that time when you saw on Facebook that a bunch of people were basically saying, hey, come and get pigs. We'll give them to you for free. Otherwise, we have to euthanize them, that kind of thing. And so we decided to just keep these 16 pigs and keep on feeding them. Now, we ended up with 450-pound pigs.
We didn't decide to keep them. The processing bottleneck decided for us.
Right, but we could have just given them away or euthanized them and been, cut our losses.
Well,
but we decided to keep feeding them.
Yes.
So we kept on feeding. She's over there, by the way. We decided to keep feeding these pigs, and we ended up with like I said, 450-pound pigs. Now, a 450-pound pig, they do have a lot of meat on them. They also have a lot of fat on them. They have pork chops that are about this big around. So that year when we started selling pork chops online, and then we still had some of those pork chops when we started doing our online beef sales or online pork sales. So people were buying these huge pork chops. Then the next round of pigs that we took in were the regular old size 250-pound pigs, and the pork chops came back a lot smaller, which would be what you would normally get in your grocery store. And everybody said, what happened to your pork chops? They got so little. So when we had the little pork chops, when we had big pork chops, you could order extra pork chops, and we would give you 2 extra pork chops. Now that when the pork chops were smaller, we upped that and we said, okay, so there's going to be 4 pork chops in a package. You can order 4 extra pork chops. Now, because you saw those pigs that we took in that we took in this time, those guys were big. They were 400-pound pigs once again. So now we're back to big pork chops, which is why Erin is going to adjust the number of pork chops in each package. John Paul Henry, you're going to get your 4 pork chops, trust me, and they're going to be huge, and you're going to enjoy them because that's exactly what you ordered on the website. So it will be a lot of fun. And, you can invite a couple people over. So from Jeff Lee, is it easier to schedule butcher dates now, Erin? Is it easier now?
Yeah, it is a lot easier. It's not as bad. Like these pigs, we were able to get in within like 60 days. Like I still can't call and get stuff in within like, a couple weeks like we used to be able to, but it is substantially better than it used to be.
Yeah. From Lee Rosenblum, do you think you'll stay with the Freedom Rangers, or was it better with Cornish Cross? Tell you the truth, we'll probably end up going back to the Cornish Cross. Not that the Cornish Cross, they grow so fast, they have ligament issues, they have leg issues, but I think we can keep on top of that. The problem that we see with the Freedom Rangers is that while they do take longer to finish, they're more inconsistent also. We have small ones, we have big ones, they're not growing at the same rate. their feathers are actually a thicker, heavier feather, so they do gum up the defeatherer a little bit more. But I think it was something that was definitely worth trying and see if it worked. We did 2 batches of the Freedom Rangers. I think we'll probably, and am I wrong here?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
I just make sure I'm not speaking out of my butt. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So I still want to order more chickens for the year. I haven't done it yet. But we were going to order Cornish crosses for like a fall, early winter processing. And with like the colder weather and stuff, like I think it would take forever for Freedom Rangers to finish. And so I was like, we got to do Cornish cross if we're going to try and squeeze in one more. And I haven't ordered, so I don't even know if they're still available. I might have procrastinated too much on this. But yeah, I think, I just don't know. Like, and we've still had issues. We've had predator issues. So like, and that's not the chicken's fault, but like we've had predator issues. So like our mortality rate is still really high. And we have fixed that. We have since redone a lot of stuff to make sure that the predators aren't such a problem. But yeah, like the first batch I didn't lose any chicks, but we still did lose more like later on. And these guys that we have now, like they need to be processed, but still a couple times a week, like we just randomly have a dead chicken.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because they are really close to processing.
There's quite a few in there that could be processed.
Yeah,
like
today. Cornish cross die too. Like they die at all ages. They're much more prone to dying when they're younger, like when they're baby chicks. Like I feel like the Freedom Rangers are hardier as chicks, but I don't know. Like there's pros and cons, I think, to both kinds.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no easy fix, obviously. You know, it's just you kind of find what works for you and you kind of go with that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we
I think summertime it's not bad to have Freedom Rangers. I think as we get into colder weather and stuff, I think like just doing the Cornish crosses would be a lot faster.
Exactly.
So.
Did the bulls get their energy back after their long drive home from Janesville? Yeah, I mean they seem to be fine over there now. They're running around and acting like goofballs. I did have to laugh, and I cut it out of the video. But there was a point where we were walking back with the 2 bulls, and we had Cracker Jack with us for a while, if you notice in the video, and then Cracker Jack kind of fell back and left them 2 to themselves. But as they were walking back, we were watching Doof, who's the larger bull. He would occasionally bump into LOL, and it was kind of like he was doing the, hey, you did a good job, kid. And it was just so funny. And Jeff and I were just laughing the whole way up. It was on film, obviously. I taped or recorded it as we came. But it really didn't play off that well in video. Like, you really didn't know what we were laughing about unless it was kind of an inside joke, so I decided to leave it out. But they came back, they're young, so they made it back really no problem at all. They're totally fine. Got a little ride across the road. Last 100 feet, they get a ride.
Everybody was worried about how far they walked. Like, that is really within their average daily walking distance.
We saw that with the calves when we had the GPS on those calves. Those calves walked almost 9 miles in a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, they get out, they put some miles on. And for those bulls, that was really nothing. I mean, they were tired, you could tell, and that they, just tired of walking more than anything, and tired of listening to us probably. So once they got home,
they were fine.
They were fine. They were totally fine. They got off and boom, they were gone and doing their thing. So it was great. Thank you, Jared, for the $10 super chat. What's your most memorable fan interaction to date when you are away from the ranch? Anyone recognize you on vacation or work travel? Occasionally, I mean, it happens. We've been on vacation, and somebody will start, chatting you up or whatever. And most people are really, really nice about it. Probably my favorite interaction was in Los Angeles. I was actually standing on a corner, waiting for a light to turn green, and a guy rode by on his bike and gave me a high five, and as he went by, and said hi, and that was kind of cool. Especially we weren't downtown LA, but we were in Anaheim. So maybe we were pretty close, and so that was kind of cool to have somebody know who you are there. Erin's had a few people run into her at different times, and I think sometimes you wish that they wouldn't recognize you because it's like, hey, I'm just getting ready to beat my kid here, and now you know. No,
it's fine. Like in town and stuff. Like it is somewhat hard when we go on vacation because we don't really tell you guys when we leave the ranch for safety concerns, obviously, and so it's fine to like come up and say hi. I'm just like, oh, please don't like post on social media because that's happened and stuff too, where we've been out of town and people have posted about it and stuff, and it's like, just don't do that. Like come say hi and stuff, but like. Yeah, I mean, that's like not normal people things that most people worry about. But
No, I mean, and we have, obviously we have interactions almost every day at this point. It's, today I was working on the mixer grinder. I had to put that new belt on, and I was working on that today. And Gary, next door neighbor, hashtag everybody needs a Gary, came up to give me a hand. Did you know that Gary came up?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Gary came up to see what I was doing, gave me a hand. And while that was going on, somebody pulled into the yard. And Grace came up to me and she said, "Hey, there's somebody here." And I said, "Well, the farm store is closed, so they'll figure that out. And they'll probably just drive away. It's probably a local person. Happens all the time." A couple seconds later, I turn around and there's somebody standing at the shop. Yeah. And it was an older gentleman, probably in his mid-80s, and he said that his 50-year-old son watches our Wyoming Life all the time. And they happened to be driving through Gillette. And they said, we just really would like to get a picture taken with you so we can basically rub it in his face. Was kind of the whole thing. So, we took a picture.
Did you want to buy a T-shirt or anything?
Well, I honestly didn't offer to go open the farm store. I was kind of busy, so I was just kind of like doing, and it was funny because I said, "Well, give me your phone. I got longer arms than you do." And we took a couple selfies together, and off they went. So. At some point in your life, you have to, in our lives, we have to embrace the crazy at some point. It's odd. It's a weird way to live sometimes, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
We've had people sneak pictures of us when we're out eating, and it's like just walk up. Hey, you want to take a picture? Take a picture. That's
I mean, it's 99% of fan interactions with you guys are amazing. It is hard, people sometimes don't respect boundaries and knock on our door on Sundays, or we had people pull in yesterday while we weren't here, or sometimes people wander out to the garden and I turn around and they're there. Like that side of it is tough. But for the most part, like we always really enjoy meeting you guys, and it's a really great side effect of our jobs.
Side effect.
I don't know what it is.
It's a medical condition, and it's kind of a side effect in the way. It's totally fine, and it's interesting at times. And the only thing we ask is that people use common sense. More than anything. Yeah. Because some people do get really excited, and I think that sometimes when you get really excited, common sense kind of goes out the window. Great example was I went out to do the tour the other morning, and usually Jeff and I are hanging out in the shop, and we're kind of talking like backstage, right, the green room. So we were talking, and we're hanging out in the shop, and people are gathering at the farm store. And Carrie, who was working that morning, came out to the farm store, and she was talking to people. She was our opening act, and she's over there, chatting people up and everything else. And then I came walking out of the shop, and I swear to God, people started clapping, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. That's the first time that's ever happened. And I was just like, and of course Carrie, she's on the ball. So she's like, "Stop it, whoa, knock it off." Like he doesn't need that. Like his head's, we have a 16-foot wide garage door. His head barely fits through it as it is. So stop clapping. And, but it was hilarious. It was funny, but it was also one of those weird moments where it's like, this really isn't happening. This is kind of like, this is a joke. Like I honestly thought Carrie put him up to it. Like she was gonna be like, let's just embarrass him kind of thing. But no, it was people were excited to be here.
And a weird thing is like, you don't always know if people know who we are, and you don't want to be like, "Don't you know who I am?" Right? Like you don't ever have that attitude. But like also you kind of have to assume that people know who we are, right? And like we were never like jerks to people in public to begin with, but like I feel super self-conscious about like if we go to a restaurant and we have bad service, like I'm never going to complain about that now because someone's going to be like, "Those Wyoming Life people are jerks." Yeah. And we never were jerks to begin with, but I feel that much more now, like you can't send your burrito back if it's bad. And like a weird side effect, if we're going to continue to call it that, is like if people are just like nice to you in public, I'm just like, well, did they know who I am, or are they just being nice? Is it just like chit chatting?
People are just nice.
Yeah, people are nice.
But I do get it. Like where was I yesterday? And some guy walked right by me, and he was way.
Was it at the fundraiser? Well, you went to Walmart yesterday.
No, it was at. It was at Walmart because I went to Walmart before the fundraiser because I had to go get something. What did I get? Ice and water. And I was waiting in line for the automatic checkout because one of my lifelong dreams has always been to work at Walmart. And so I'm waiting to check out myself.
I work there almost every week, but I refuse to work at Albertsons.
Oh yeah, they have it at Albertsons too, don't they? So anyway, I'm standing there in line, and this guy, he kind of went in front of me, and then he was heading to a different self-checkout than I was going to. And yeah, he was overly nice.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how are you doing? And I'm just like,
Why are you
I'm doing
talking
good.
to
How are you? Oh, I'm great. And it was kind of like, wow, I'm having a conversation with a stranger all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen to normal people, I don't think. Or it doesn't happen in normal life, I guess. Not that we're not normal. But I don't think that happens very often. So anyway,
There's some
good question. We could probably talk for an entire hour about weird interactions.
There's
so.
super chats.
Okay.
There's that $49 one that we didn't say thank you for.
Okay.
Go back.
Oh my gosh, we talked too long.
Easy. Thank you for the $49.99 super chat. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Our moderators, thank you as well. They're very excited. Yeah, the price of being a superstar. We're nowhere.
Not.
I couldn't imagine if we had like 1 million subscribers. How much worse would? Not worse. How much?
I don't know.
How much
I mean,
more
we live
would
in
it
our
be?
own little bubble, but
I go to town like once a week, half the time. If I can help it. So.
well,
I
not
don't
everybody
deal
in
with it
Gillette
much, but-
watches us or even knows who we are.
Right.
So
Yeah. I do get every once in a while. I get somebody will follow me around at like Home Depot or something.
I did have someone follow me around Walmart. It was kind of weird.
It is fun.
It's fine. It's just kind of weird. And again, are they just looking for the same things, or do they want to come and say
Right. I
something?
mean, yeah.
'Cause just
So
come
then
say
you can't be
something.
like, maybe they think we're weird because we're like, hey, how are you? Because eventually, like, you're like, hey, how's it going? Like, you feel like you have to say hi.
Yeah.
And then they're like, who the hell's this idiot? Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And then, well, where are you
So-
from? Why is this guy talking to me?
Right.
Like,
I think it's just us, probably.
Maybe it is just us. Another question from Jared. Any celebration plans for when you hit 250,000? How many subs do we have now? Does anybody know off the top of their head? Because I don't.
We don't have anything planned.
I really, honestly, like, I really don't keep track.
245, 295.
Oh, well, we're getting close then. I know Zach, Minnesota farmer, has he hit 1 million yet? We were just talking the other day. Has he hit
He's
1 million?
pretty
Because
close.
I need to call him when
We do invite strangers to the ranch, so we do open ourselves up to this. But, sometimes you just got to buy your stuff at Walmart and go home.
Well, EZ was here at the ranch last weekend. So when he says we invite strangers, we emphasize the strange part of it.
He's at 932,000.
932,000. So.
He's got a bit to go.
So yeah, Eric, Easy, and of course Christy Dunham have been here on the ranch. Lots of folks come and visit, and it's always fun to put a name to the face as well. So definitely. Easy was invited. Thought you were just driving by. No, that was the first time he came. Let's see.
Yeah. And yeah, it trickles down to even our moderators. Yeah, Matt got recognized at Walgreens when he was here. Bill had an interaction with a fan.
Really?
Read the comment.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just...
Anyhow.
We like strange. We have a very unique thing that we've built here. Erin and I were just talking about it today. That our Wyoming Life has grown from, just you and I making silly videos, and to a community of people. Some of them who are here. You look at like Jeff, and you look at Carrie, and folks that we're building our team around. Even our moderators, Matt and Zach, and Bill and Lori and William. Like we're building a team of people that our whole purpose is, local food and showing people where their food comes from. And if you would have told me that 10 years ago that would have been a thing, I would have thought you were crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still kind of think we're crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like when we showed up at Eric's yesterday, like we didn't just come in one car, it was me and Carrie and our friend Michelle and you and a truck with a trailer and Jeff, and I had picked up Lexi, our board chair, on the way, and I was just like,
Here comes the team.
I know, I was like, hope Eric's ready for this.
Okay, William, I got to ask you. So William said, I still won't forget Mike's face when he met me for the first time. You're going to have to, I don't remember my face when I met you the first time, so you're going to have to tell us exactly. Yeah, Patty wants to know too. What was he? Was he spread? I probably was more confused about how old William was than
Right,
anything, because William's like, 16.
He's an old
so,
soul,
but he's
though.
very old soul. But like I thought he was a much older guy when
Yeah, I
when
think
up until that point, and I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're are you on recess right now? Like what happened?
He's
Like,
not that young.
he's not that young.
Road Toad, thank you for the $100 super chat. Can you do this $50 OWL and $50 EPP? It's kind of an accounting nightmare.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
I did donate 20 pounds of pork shoulder to the pulled pork last night. So.
And we donate a meat pack at the silent auction. So
Yeah, so it is accounting-wise kind of a nightmare. I try not to do that just because our accountant for OWL and our bookkeeper for EPP they're two separate people, but they're like, it's better if you just donate to each or support each organization separately. But
and also, not to stop people from super chatting, but YouTube gets a cut as well. So so technically you're
there's a lot of
$30, $40 OWL, $40 EPP, and $20 to YouTube. So
yeah,
it's kind of how it works, unfortunately. Yeah, he was surprised. We thought William was a lot older. Yeah. Exactly. So we did, and we thought Matt was much younger. So I mean, it worked out in the wash. It kind of came out in the middle.
We thought Matt was younger?
I was kidding, but yeah.
All of our pastures are attached other than the highway division.
Yeah. So that's why we'll truck them across the road. Like I said, with the bulls, the last 100 feet, they got a ride.
But winter pasture all the way down to the end of summer pasture is all connected.
Very much so. Very much so. So we do have a few things coming up that I wanted to talk to you guys about. One of them I haven't talked to Erin about yet, and she's probably
Why
gonna
do you
yell
do
at me.
this? I swear.
We've talked about it. I'm just so. How much does OnlyFans take from your donations?
Oh, ask Matt. He has more
I don't know
experience.
what. Yeah. So we've been over the last few years. We've had quite a few people come to us and say, "Hey, are you going to offer an Our Wyoming Life calendar?" And we've always said we'd like to, but we're not on the ball enough to do that. Like, you have to have a calendar done, ahead of time.
Don't commit us to this.
I'm not committing us to anything. But what I'm curious is, do you think we should do a pre-order for the calendar?
I already told you we're doing a pre-order. Road Toad, you didn't have to do that.
That was not a hint, by the way.
Thank
but,
you.
Hey, it's all good. But anyway, so this year we are somewhat on the ball.
We're working towards
we're slowly working towards a calendar, an Our Wyoming Life calendar this year, with pictures from Instagram or wherever we get. I don't know what we're going to do for pictures.
We're going to look through our phones.
Yeah, we're going to look through our phones. We're going to find pictures. But one of the things we were talking about was like, how many do you order? So, you don't want to be. I don't want to be sitting on 300 calendars that didn't sell.
We're going to do a pre-order, and you're going to have to buy them in November.
In November is we're talking about it.
Sure.
Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be a centerfold. Is there centerfolds in calendars? No. That's a whole different thing. But anyway, yeah, we are definitely looking at doing a calendar, and this year hopefully having it up for pre-sale ahead of time. So
yeah, and it's when we do polls or even ask you guys like, would you buy this if we offered it? 1 million people will say yes.
You're right. Yeah.
And 3 people will actually come down to purchasing it. So we might be like, we can super easily do 500 calendars and then only sell 30 of them.
Right.
And obviously they're a bit time sensitive. And
nobody buys calendars
in July.
Yeah,
in July, 50% off. But
we should do it. What we should do is based on the month, right? So whatever month you buy it. So if you buy it in July, then it's 50% off, because really it's only good for half the year, right? So farther you go down.
So the plan is for the number that we order to be heavily based upon the pre-order numbers. So if we get 400 pre-orders, I'm probably only going to buy 450 calendars. So if you don't pre-order, once we make that available, there's going to be very limited quantity available just for general purchase, is my thought process. Obviously next year we can make adjustments, but we've never done a calendar. And we want it to be really nice quality, and we don't want it to look like we printed it up here on our attic, in between orders. So
stapled it together. Oh, the staple's crooked. Oh, John Paul Henry will never notice that. We'll throw an extra pork chop in. He'll be fine.
We're working on getting samples and making a decision of who we're going to go with for printing and stuff, but we want it to be a nice calendar. And then we gotta pick our photos and edit our photos and.
Well, and here's the reason I bring this up, because this is the part I didn't talk to you about. If you have been to the ranch, whether it's Ranch Roundup or you've stayed in the Airbnb, and you have a picture that's a really cool picture that you might like to submit for our calendar, feel free to send it to me at mail@ourwyominglife.com.
We're not paying for it.
Jeez, I didn't say anything about that. I just said if you would like to donate a picture that you have taken, and see if we're, obviously we only have so many that we can choose, but it might be a really cool picture that somebody's taken out there that we've never seen.
I'm just setting the expectations very clear from the get-go.
Okay, mostly I throw this out to Christy Dunham, who's been bugging us about a calendar for 3 years, and she always says, I have pictures. So, yeah. But anyway, if anybody has visited here, they have pictures, feel free to send them to me, and we'd love to take a look at them.
Yeah,
so,
good luck to your inbox.
Yeah, well, it's my inbox.
Send it to mail@ourwyominglife.com.
Yep, exactly.
And pre-order's not available yet. We have to figure out who we're going to order from and get. I'm sure I'm going to have to give them some rough idea of numbers so we can set a price point. So.
Yeah, so obviously, the more you buy, the less it costs, right? So that's how we want to do it. So, Nicholas asked when Jeff is going back to California. We're pretty sure as soon as the snow flies. That's kind of.
But that doesn't necessarily happen, because if it had snowed in September, he'd still be here.
True.
Jeff will leave when Jeff's ready to leave.
Or when Erin's going to kick him out. One or the other. So. Someone's going to send a photo taken through your bedroom window now. Hey, whoever works for NSA around here and is taking pictures with satellites, that's totally fine too. So
there won't be recipes in the calendar. It'll just be a calendar.
Yeah. There might be like holidays in it.
Yeah, if the printing company puts the holidays on it.
We can put your birthday in the calendar.
We don't know if they do that.
Well, we don't know if they do that, but we could handwrite your birthday into every single calendar. And we'll put it on a different day in each calendar, so then you get presents throughout the year. That'd be awesome. That sounds like a Kenzie idea, actually. Let's see. Where was I? Oh. Yeah,
calendars and recipes should, in my mind, should be two separate things. I don't think that a cookbook should be in a calendar. I'm not saying that you can't do it.
I can't say I haven't ever seen it. And it would be kind of weird, because it'd be like, okay, I'm going to take the calendar to the kitchen now. Yeah. And I'm going to cook a meal. And you can only really do like one meal per month.
Where would you put it in the calendar, though?
If you had a daily calendar, you could do a daily recipe.
Oh, God, we're not that committed.
Tear off the day. But yeah, I think, whatever's in the calendar is going to be pretty pictures.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe a picture of a giant Bambi, like coming through downtown New York, like Godzilla, would be kind of cool. Some Photoshop stuff, maybe, if you're really ambitious. But
I think we have 12 very nice pictures. I'm sure we can come up with something.
Somewhere. And no pictures of Matt's feet anywhere in this calendar. That's a whole different calendar. And that one, you can't really pre-order. You basically pay us not to send you one. So that's the pre-order that happens with that one. So if you don't pay us, then we send you one. And it's 12 months of Matt's feet.
That's for his OnlyFans.
Well,
exclusive only for his OnlyFans.
He only has like 3 OnlyFans.
Well, he can just go to Walgreens and get a calendar made.
Okay, I think I've seen Matt's feet. You don't want a calendar of that. So
pre-orders are not
pre-order
available.
will be on our website at some point.
Yes.
We'll let you guys know we're getting there. We're just kind of talking about it. We're spitballing. We're throwing it out there.
I'm not doing dinner plans. It's not in my wheelhouse, guys.
What?
One day
Dinner
a month,
planning?
put some type of dinner plan for families. No.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's a great idea, and there's a ton of that type of content out there. It is. I don't have time for that. Just to be honest, it is not my passion, guys. Even like the recipes and the cooking and stuff. Like,
You know who likes recipes? Carrie likes recipes.
Yeah, and in the wintertime I have more time and stuff for it. But like, I have a legitimate, real job in town that takes up a huge amount of my time and my mental capacity, and. The business side of running this shenanigans, it's not like it was when we started in 2017. Like I don't have the time anymore.
No, it's funny the things that I find. Like, so we have a video coming out tomorrow, I think. Not really sure, because I haven't done anything yet for it, and I've got a busy morning tomorrow. So we're going to see what happens.
You're going to have to pull that out.
Somehow that's going to happen, but we will see. Also, this last couple weeks, if you haven't noticed, we have actually become hat models for
You
Gone
become a hat
Country
model.
hats.
I'm not a hat model.
I can get you a hat if you want a
don't
hat.
want one.
You can be a hat model also. Gone Country Hats is a hat company that's actually based out of Orlando, Florida. An American-owned company that a great bunch of people to work with. Keith and his wife Judy own the company. I've talked to both of them. Actually, if you call customer service, you're probably going to end up talking to Judy.
Don't tell people that.
They told me to tell people that. I mean, that's one of their claims to fame, right? You call customer service, you end up talking to the owner of the company. How many times can you say that? If you own a Tesla and you call Tesla's 1-800 number, you're not going to be talking to Elon Musk.
If you try and call us, we're not answering the phone.
Exactly. They're better than we are. They're way better than we are. But anyway, if you haven't had a chance to check them out yet, head on over to owl-hats.com and take a look at their hats. They're really affordable hats, and that's the main reason that I like them. I do have a Stetson. That's my nice hat. Like my Stetson is one that I can, my church and funeral hat kind of thing. But if I'm going to be out working and I'm going to get a hat dirty, it's going to be one that's more affordable and comfortable and cool and everything else. So Gone Country hats, I found, has actually been a great way to go. This hat is actually called the Cut Bank, and apparently I'm officially the Cut Bank guy on their website. But we do have a felt hat that's beginning to be coming out here in October. That's going to be super cool. It is going to be an owl exclusive hat that is actually that I have designed. That is going to be. I've helped design. That is actually the owl hat. It's my hat, and you're going to be able to order that through them as well. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Go to owl-hats.com. We do make a small.
No, gonecountry.com.
No, owl-hats.com. That is our link.
Don't be snappy with me. You
That
can
is
just
our link.
chill the attitude, man.
You told me what to do. I tell you.
There's no Gone Country.
No.
I haven't been part of this part of our business.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just owl-hats.com.
I've seen the hat. The hat's cool.
Yeah. So you'll be able to check that out as well. And we do make a small commission from every single hat that is sold. Also, a portion of those, the commission that we make goes directly to the Edible Prairie Project, and you're supporting an American-owned company. So it's a win in 3 different ways. Yeah. So very cool that you can do that. You can support the ranch, you can support EPP, and you can support Gone Country hats. So be sure to go check them out and let us know what you think. So that's something cool that's happening that kind of I didn't really expect, and I think is pretty neat. So we'll be continuing to evolve that relationship as we go along. So, yeah. Have you ever wore a hat?
No.
Never.
No, it's not my thing. I don't like it.
That was one of the first things Gilbert told me. Get a hat. So.
Wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's smushes my hair down. I like to just put my hair on top of my head. It doesn't fit in a hat.
That's true.
I got bangs. It's just a nightmare. Like I just don't.
You know what I don't like about wearing a hat is that you lose like vision. And I don't know how many times I crack my head on stuff.
Yeah.
Because I can't see what's above me or to the left or right of me and all. The other day, actually, I think when we were moving pigs, we were bringing pigs to the Aeroquip, and I went to jump up over a pig, and I forgot that there's that bar in the top of the alley, and I smashed my head right in. I dented the crap out of this hat. And Jeff was standing right behind me, and he's laughing. He said, "Good thing you had your hard hat on." I was like, "Yeah, I know, right?" Yeah, it was definitely hurt. But yeah, you do lose some of that peripheral, mostly this direction type of vision.
I'm just not a hat person, so. Will Jeff ever be seen in a cowboy hat? I've seen Jeff in a cowboy hat. Is it just never been on film?
I honestly don't know if it has
I know
or
in the last video there was a bunch of like Jeff needs a cowboy hat and stuff. Mike wears a baseball cap except for when he's filming half the time anymore. And Jeff switches, like lots of days we'll see him with no hat. Like he's got a ton of different hats.
Right.
But I've seen him wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Well, he wore a cowboy hat yesterday at the fundraiser. So
I guess I just, real life and videos and stuff. I guess I kind of I don't know. I'm just like, well, Jeff wears cowboy hats.
He does.
But maybe just not in the videos.
Maybe he doesn't want to be mistaken for me in a video.
Maybe.
Could be just a, hey, I'll let you do your thing. So, let's see. Susan S. Animals of the ranch, ladies of the ranch, products of the ranch. I'm guessing these are video ideas, guys and dudes on the ranch. I'm not exactly sure.
Calendar ideas?
Calendar ideas, maybe? Oh, yeah, maybe
ladies of the ranch. That's a good one.
Guys and dudes on the ranch. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So as we get ready to wrap things up, what do you got going on in the month of October? Well, last couple of weeks here in September into October.
Just harvesting.
Yeah.
There's so much in the gardens, which is great. But we got one more veggie basket for EPP. Farm store is super full of vegetables. Like, oh my gosh. So, like, Carrie and I had to work really hard to get them all in the fridge this last week after we harvested. And we were like, we'll go easy on the number of things that we pick, right? Like, we'll only pick 12 bundles of beets, and we could really pick 100 bundles of beets. But, yeah, we just have a lot of produce, which is great. We sold a ton of produce last week.
We did.
Farm store's pretty empty, which is great. If you live in Gillette and you came and bought stuff, thank you very much. It's making our lives a lot easier. Hopefully shipping a lot of meat on Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday.
I won't be here probably for either day because I always have Monday and Tuesday meetings.
She does that on purpose, by the way.
I do it in the wintertime when it's cold.
Unless you have meetings.
I leave Carrie for you.
Yeah, you do. Jeff and I did it last week, all by ourselves.
And you shipped the wrong shoulder roast.
I didn't ship the wrong shoulder roast. Jeff shipped the shoulder roast. So Erin had shoulder roast set aside for her EPP event.
Boneless picnic roast.
And Jeff, so if you got a shoulder roast last week, thank Jeff for that. He sent you the boneless.
A picnic roast.
A picnic roast, yeah, yes. Instead of shoulder roast. So either way. The other big thing that we have coming up, and this will be next weekend, next Sunday, is a Patreon exclusive live stream night. But we're going to do things a little bit different next week. If you subscribe to our newsletter, which you can do by going to our website, it might just pop up for you, hey, subscribe to our newsletter. If it doesn't, down at the very bottom, there's a little thing that says subscribe to our newsletter. Click on that and get our newsletter. If you get our newsletter, you will be invited to the Patreon exclusive live streams, which happen the last Sunday of every single month. They're very, very laid back. Put the kids to bed before you start, because there might be some bad words flying around. Well, Erin, sometimes she'll let one fly. But they're a lot more laid back, a lot more easygoing. And I can tell you that the Patreon exclusive live stream next weekend is the return of the Armchair Rancher. So he will be coming back exclusively in that live stream next Sunday, but you have to be subscribed to our newsletter to get the link. So go and do that, and we'll be sharing that with the newsletter audience, and then we'll go back to the Patreon exclusive thing. So technically it's not a Patreon exclusive, and I'm sure that Patreons are going to yell at me.
I was like, you're going to have to figure something else out.
Yeah, it's the all-invited Patreon exclusive live stream with guests. I don't know, something. We'll see.
With 8,000 guests.
With all of our friends. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure that you sign up to get our newsletter so you get that link. And that's coming up next Sunday, Patreon exclusive live stream. So other than that, I think we're pretty much done for the night. You have anything else?
What are you making a video about tomorrow?
I don't know. I might go out and try to shoot a coyote in the morning. Should I make a video of that?
The most boring time on the ranch.
Waiting for a coyote to show up.
Followed by 10 seconds of excitement.
I don't know. I could talk about the how we call in coyotes.
Sure.
And then maybe...
You are not a coyote hunter. The internet will critique you to
I don't
death.
care. The internet critiques me on everything I do anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm sure that I make, 7 and 7 wrong, so it's all good. But yeah, I do need to go out and try to shoot a coyote in the morning, so I might drag you guys along for that. And then maybe we'll do,
How are you going to talk to the camera when you're supposed to be quiet?
I'll be very quiet. I'll just talk like this and we talk like... I don't know.
You're going to have to wear a microphone.
I might.
And you're going to have to be like, guys, can you hear me?
Have you ever watched the hunting shows when they're like, we're stalking the great white, polar bear across the we hope it doesn't hear us because it'll come and eat us if it does. I don't know. Maybe. We'll figure something out.
Is that the type of video you're going to make? And then are you going to be like, oh my God, move the camera around?
It's coming right for me. And if it's a coyote that uses Acme products, then we're all screwed. We don't have roadrunners.
They're coyotes here, not coyotes.
I know. But Wile E. Coyote. That's why I said coyote.
Thanks, Jared.
Good
math.
Yeah, quick math. Well, actually, he's probably been working on that since I said that, so it's been like a half an hour, so he finally got to figure it out.
You could voice over the hunting video afterwards.
I could.
I'm sure that's what they do, but they still whisper.
They got to make it dramatic. If we don't get this coyote, we're all going to starve to death this winter because he's going to eat everything on the ranch.
He's going to eat every single chicken.
No chickens for anybody. I don't know. We'll figure out something.
We're about at that point.
We are getting there. Do you ever plan on sending out unedited videos? You know what? I kind of did that in our last video because I said a bad word and cancel culture decided that they would send me 400 emails about how horrible people we are. So
Thanks for the emails.
Yeah, those are awesome emails.
I even got some of them.
Yeah, I couldn't find Mike's email address, so I'm going to complain to his wife. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Aaron forwarded me one, and I was like, really? Like, they called and told on me, or they sent you an email and told on me for cursing, and I didn't catch it, and it made it in the video. So, oh well, it happens.
False. So are you gonna do a coyote hunting parody video?
Well, it'd be like eight seconds long. I mean, there's nothing gonna happen.
Well, it's like a lot of boring. That's just hunting, right? Boring, so boring.
Yeah.
Followed by, oh shoot, I missed.
Actually, the last coyote I got, spoiler alert, but I put a Bluetooth speaker out and I've got an app on my phone because I'm lazy. So I've got an app on my phone that calls him in, and the coyote walked right up to the speaker and sniffed it, and no, that was the last thing he did. But he made it way too easy, so maybe it'd be like that. Somebody's got to get the coyotes
There is
around
another
here, and
one.
I'm the only one that's shooting them, so nobody else is having any
now
luck.
you insulted Carrie and Jeff.
All in one shot. Yeah, right at once. Somebody's got to do it.
It's not my job. I opt out of that one.
Aaron will tell you how to do it, though.
I don't tell you how to do it. I say you need to go do it. How it's done is up to you.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting wabbits.
No, we don't have bears.
Duck season. Wabbit season. All right, guys. We're going to take it easy
Is it
for the night.
jackalope season?
What?
Is it jackalope season?
I don't know when jackalope season is. I think you get a tag online, though.
You better go look. Maybe you can get one of those tomorrow morning, too.
Voice over the video. I'm about to miss this on purpose. I'm just trying to scare it. Let's see what he had for breakfast.
We don't have bears in this part of Wyoming. They're not just like running around.
We had a black bear one time.
Up north,
Yeah.
they're 30 some miles from here.
Yeah. He was there. They had a black bear in town a few years ago.
We've never had a bear on the ranch.
Alrighty, I'm going to be getting phone calls from both Carrie and Jeff here, chewing me out in just a few minutes. So we're going to cut you guys loose. Thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. We really do appreciate it. Go and sign up for the newsletter so you can get invited to next weekend's Patreon exclusive live stream.
Yes, bears are all over Wyoming. We've never had any bears that we know of here on the ranch. There's not that many bears in our part of Wyoming.
Actually, so there was a bear that was shot on the ranch years and years and years ago.
How many? 100?
Gary remembers it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could have been 100.
50?
He's not that old. But yeah, no, there was a bear on the ranch that was shot on the ranch. They actually cut its paw off, and
Sure,
it was
yeah.
it was kept as a display thing here.
So I have friends in other parts of the country that bears are much more prevalent, and they have bear-proof trash cans, and they see bears on their house
we don't do
cameras all
that.
the time.
Yeah.
We don't ever see that.
we
No.
see coyotes.
Coyotes.
So, all right, that's it. We're done? Are you done arguing about bears?
I'm not arguing. I'm just like, they're not a hazard. It's not something I worry about when
Not
I walk
so-
outside. A skunk is mostly what I worry about.
A skunk?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you-
There was another snake in the house today, by the way.
I heard.
Yeah, so that's what I would be worried about. Your cats keep on dragging in
It
rattlesnakes.
was
We're
just,
going to be in
no,
trouble.
it was a gardener snake. They haven't brought in a rattlesnake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, snakes and skunks.
That's your problem.
What do you worry about running into?
18-wheeler driving down the highway.
Animal-wise,
It's 70 miles an hour. That's my big worry. That's going to happen.
what's your biggest predator concern to your health
That
and
I think
safety?
I'm going to run into?
Yeah, to your health and safety.
I'm not really, they all run away.
Yeah,
more
but a
likely to-
skunk
I'm
leaves
more
a little
likely to be
trail.
I'm more likely to be attacked by a chicken than I am a skunk. You know, a rooster.
Yeah. We had a mean chicken. He went to Carrie's house. Yeah, we just don't have bears. Like some parts of the country have them all over. We don't have that. Like, legitimately don't have that in our part of Wyoming.
No.
I know
Alright.
everyone thinks it's Wyoming and it's like the Wild West out here. And
I know.
Like, not
I know.
everybody does, but
Oh, they do. I get emails. A lot. Why aren't you carrying a gun?
I've never needed to
why
carry a
aren't-
gun.
A guy in New Jersey sent me an email the other day. Why aren't you packing? And he said he was in New Jersey. I said, well, are you? Like, I'd carry a gun in New Jersey before I'd carry a gun here.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried in New Jersey, and I'm not worried about running into bears or skunks or anything else out there. So, yeah. Not any fun whatsoever. Alrighty, now we're going to wrap things up. We are going to let you guys go. We'll see you next weekend. We'll probably see you for a video tomorrow, probably about trying to catch a coyote in the Roadrunner or some damn thing. Coyote. We can talk about that. Is it coyote or coyote? We can put that in there too.
It's a very location-based.
It is, but people get so angry about it.
We call them coyotes.
We do call them coyotes, except for if you're talking about Wile E. Coyote, because that's his last name. His last name is Coyote, and that's how he pronounces it. Okay. So I like to respect his wishes, Mr. Coyote. We call him Wiley. Guys, take it easy. We'll see you next time.
Jeff called him a yote the other day.
A yote? Who called him a yote?
Jeff.
Jeff said yote?
I think Carrie said, don't ever say that word again.
That's why he's not shooting him. He's calling him the wrong name when he's trying to call him in. They're like, who the hell's a yote? Guys, take it easy, and we'll see you next time right here on Beyond the Ranch.
Yes, it'll be the same time next week for the guest exclusive live stream.
Whatever you want to call it.
Good night, guys. Thank you.